Now to the big F1 news of the day, that Nicholas Latifi will leave Williams at the end of the 2022 season. Let's head live to their headquarters in Oxfordshire and speak to our reporter Craig Slater. Afternoon to you, Craig. It's always been eventful, it feels, watching Nicholas Latifi in F1, but who might replace him next year?
Well, the team say they're going to announce that in due course. They've been very good. They've allowed Nicholas Latifi to announce his departure himself, which is, I think, a tribute to the good relationship which he's always had at this team. He's been here for 3 seasons now. He's contributed points. He was a former F2 championship runner-up as well, so he earned his place in Formula One. A few weeks ago it looked as though he was heading towards a contract extension. Josh Capito was intimating as much to me when we spoke, but now there is going to be a parting of the ways, so the potential for someone to perhaps press their claims over these last few weeks of the season. I'm not sure how quickly Williams will look to announce who Latifi's successor will be, but what about young Nyck de Vries, who had that startlingly good performance in Monza in the last Grand Prix, parachuted into the team because of Alex Albon's appendicitis, qualified well, and then finished with debut points without any particular time to get acquainted with that car. So he is currently Williams' official reserve. He's contracted to the Mercedes team, but certainly 1 or 2 teams now looking very seriously at him, you would think, potentially Alpine and possibly AlphaTauri as well. But Latifi, his work ethic here, very much appreciated. Team principal Josh Capito has talked about how he was a great team player who had a great attitude towards his colleagues. Well, one of those colleagues was someone I was due to come and speak to today. It's Jamie Chadwick, who's the runaway leader in the W Series. She's a Williams development driver, and she had worked alongside Latifi at this team for a number of years and gave us this perspective.
When I first joined, he was in the academy with me and then got the promotion up into the race seat. And yeah, I think everyone probably in this factory will say only good things about Nicky. Really nice guy, and I think from that side of things, very helpful for me to have as someone I can liaise with and speak with. He's done a lot in the junior formula, so I can relate to that quite well. And yeah, it'll be a shame to see him go.
Not out of the question that Latifi could potentially carry on in Formula One. He's only 27 years of age. Yes, he comes from a very wealthy family, but racing is absolutely central to who he considers himself to be. And a genuinely nice individual. I'll make that point again because many people will, I suppose, associate him with all the drama around last season's events in Abu Dhabi when he was the victim of horrible social media abuse, Nicholas Latifi, because he happened to crash towards the end of that Grand Prix. It brought out the safety car that ushered in all those controversial circumstances during which the championship, which looked to be heading Lewis Hamilton's way, ultimately went to Max Verstappen. Hamilton himself, who gets on very well personally with Nicholas Latifi, condemned all of that abuse, and it was absolutely unjustified. But yeah, Nicholas, it'll be, in a sense, sad not to see him in the paddock if he doesn't carry on next season, but he has still 6 races left in his F1 career at Williams to try and go out on some kind of a high. He is yet to claim points this season, so let's see how he gets on. In terms of Jamie Chadwick, who we've just heard from, she should, or has the opportunity to, clinch a 3rd successive W Series championship. If she wins this next race in Singapore, she will be champion with 3 rounds to spare, and we could have, of course, that championship and the Formula One World Championship decided in the next Grand Prix of the season, because Max Verstappen, in a rather less likely set of circumstances, could put enough distance between himself, Charles Leclerc and Sergio Perez after Singapore to claim his 2nd world crown with, what, 4 events still to go.
Craig, thank you very much indeed.